Good morning. We are here today talking with our insurance expert, Jose Luis Jimenez. He's from State Farm, and we've got some questions for him. And more than anything, we're focusing on what you need as a home buyer, a renter. And if you've got any questions, you can tag us, let us know, and we'll get right on it. So let's get started. Welcome, Jose. How are you? Great. Well, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your business.
My name is Jose Jimenez. I'm a State Farm agent, and we've been in business now for 7 years, and proudly serving all the greater Houston area.
Awesome. All right, so what am I looking for when I want to find an agent? When I want to go and say, okay, I'm ready to buy insurance, what do I want to look for in an agent?
Well, first of all, you got to be able to find them. A lot of times when you want to buy a policy that's this important, you want to make sure you can actually talk to the person and go to their office and have a relationship. A lot of times that relationship is really important when the disaster happens. One thing is to buy something, because you're spending thousands of dollars in insurance. Okay? And yes, it might be $200-300 a month, but just $200 a month is $2,400 a year. Do you really want to spend $2,400 a year for the life of that ownership of that house and not know who you're paying?
Right. So and then also feel that confidence to call you when something happens, because that's scary.
Yeah, in my world, people call me, text me, Facebook me. I'm in communication pretty much all the time. And I try to be available as much as possible to all my customers.
Awesome. All right, coverage. I'm about to buy a brand new house.
Okay.
I mean, it's brand new, Jose. Why should I be getting so much coverage, or what am I looking for when I get my coverage?
Okay, that's a great question. And the first thing we have to look at is how much am I insuring my house for, and why am I insuring it? Basically understanding why are you really buying that insurance. It's not to pay off your mortgage. People think that I'm buying insurance to pay off my mortgage. Well, that is a requirement. The mortgage company forces you to have a homeowner's policy. That's to protect their interest in their mortgage policy. But the reality is you're buying insurance to replace the house if the place gets destroyed, a hurricane hits, or gets burnt down.
Right.
That's what you got to look at. So, for example, true story. Customer bought a 2,000 square foot house, and they paid $120,000. Right? And they got a great deal. They're happy.
Yeah, they got a good deal. $120. Nobody's getting that anymore.
Right. In certain parts of town, older parts of town or whatever, you're still finding those kinds of deals. Okay, a 2,000 square foot house. If the place burns down, can you truly rebuild that house for $120,000?
No.
You can't.
Not right now.
Not right now. So basically, right now, the cost of construction, you go to find any builder, even in a mass home builder, you're going to pay anywhere from $125 to $150 up to $200 a square foot to build a brand new home.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? So you talk to the new builders; they're $150 minimum.
Right.
Okay. So that 2,000 square foot house, multiply by 150, plus the cost of throwing away all the trash that got destroyed.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you pay to replace it. So you're going to pay anywhere from $200,000 to $250,000 in replacement cost. So the cost of insurance should be at least $250 for a 2,000 square foot house.
Wow. Okay. And then renters insurance. I have a lot of people that are getting leases. They're not ready to buy yet. They don't have that job yet. Why get renters insurance?
The renters insurance really is to protect ourselves. I used to rent, and the reason I always had renters insurance is because anything and everything inside that apartment belongs to me. The building has no responsibility to replace it if my neighbor or they burn the place down or somebody breaks in the door. It's to protect me. That's the first step. The property makes me have renter's insurance in case I burn the place down. Okay, so if I leave the stove on, I leave a candle on, something happens, it's my fault. The liability insurance will pay to replace and to repair what I damaged.
Okay, that's cool. All right, here's the real big one now. Flood insurance. I do not live in a flood zone, Jose. Why do I even want this? My house didn't flood in Harvey. Woo! So now why do I want this?
Flood insurance. Harris County, if you don't know this, in Texas, I say everywhere is a flood zone. Nowadays, you might not be in a flood zone specifically, but it's called Flood Zone X. It means that there's a less chance of the place flooding. So you're not in a flood zone. Yes, I don't live in a flood zone. So why should I have it? Why do I carry it? Well, as we all learned during Harvey, a lot of places that never flooded before, they got flooded really bad. If they would have paid the $450 max to have flood insurance, they would have been able to get $250,000 for the building and at least $100,000 for the contents inside, instead of having to pay everything out of pocket.
Right.
I think $450 is worth the investment I pay to protect my home. I've been in my house now for over 10 years, and the water got up to, it had never even been in the street. This year, it got all the way to the trees and
To the
front
yard, yeah.
So
It got
scared
scary.
us. Yeah.
And every time it rains, we're getting scared. All right, discounts, multiple coverage. We hear that a lot from our insurance people. You get a discount for being a teacher, a veteran, but you can also get discounts because you do your car, your home, your life. Tell me about what you guys offer.
Sure. In our world, we insure based on the location and the risk that you're surrounded by. It's basically certain parts of town, unfortunately, State Farm still can't insure, but other parts we can. And we do give discounts for combining your home and your auto and other policies together. There are certain companies that give you discounts for being a teacher, a veteran, this or that. Like I'm a veteran myself. I'm a veteran-owned business.
Thank you.
Thank you. But and the reality of it is, it's going to be based on the individual, their record, the history of the house, the cost of reconstruction, the age of the house, and the size. So a lot of times, even though you might be getting a discount with another company for the type of job that you have,
right,
you might still get a better rate or a better coverage plan with another company. It's better to compare and really look at the package that they're giving you, because all homeowners policies in Texas are not the same.
No, they're not.
They are not the same.
So when I get that quote, right, what am I looking at? I mean, how do I know they're not ripping me off or adding little extras because I don't know, they see I'm young or they see that I make a little more money? How does that work?
Okay. I always recommend that if you're going to buy a policy in Texas, you always purchase replacement cost. First is replacement cost on the policy. There are two types of policies in Texas. One is replacement cost, the other one is actual cash value. I personally stay away and push away anything to do with actual cash value policies.
What is that called? Like, does it have a
actual
number?
Cash value, ACV. You'll see letters ACV on it.
ACV. What is the other one? The HO3 or something
There's
like that?
HO3, HOW. There's all kinds of different letters for it. But if you really want more information on the company, there's a website called OPIC Texas, OPIC. It's the Office of Public Insurance Counsel. It's a state website where all the insurance companies in Texas report their homeowners policy. Okay? I highly, highly, highly recommend you visit that site. You can pull up the State Farm policies. We only actually have two. We have our HOW, the whole policy, and our basic. And you can use that one and compare every other company out there.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell me, is there something else that I haven't thought about that I need to protect? Because insurance is supposed to protect me. What is the last thing, if you're going to give me this little seed of knowledge to finish my week, what would you share with me?
All right. The truth is, we pay hundreds of dollars a month to protect our cars and our home.
Right.
Hoping that we never have to use it, but the reality is that if a hurricane hits, a storm hits, we have that insurance to pay. But what do we have in place to protect our ability to keep the home? Right? A lot of times we buy a big house, we buy a beautiful home, the home of our dreams, but we don't protect from the one thing that can keep actually multiple things that can take away the house.
Okay.
And that is, number one, if you lose your job.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, people are having to change jobs, and some areas are downsizing, some places are growing. But when you lose your job, you're going to have to find another one pretty quick to get back on your feet.
Yeah.
So I recommend having at least 6 months of the mortgage payment and some other bills saved up in the savings account away from your day-to-day living. At least 6 months so you can cover that cost.
Got it.
The other one is, if you or your spouse are together, if you're alone, make sure you have what's called short-term disability outside of your work.
Short-term disability outside of my work.
Yes.
Do you offer that?
Yes, we do.
Awesome. Okay.
It's a short-term disability policy. I have it on myself. My spouse has it on herself. We have two separate policies because if either one of us gets declared disabled for a car accident, a sickness, an aneurysm, anything,
yeah,
in 30 days, State Farm will start making our mortgage payment for us.
That's amazing.
Okay? So it's worth it.
Yeah.
We have it. We practice it. We do it ourselves because, I've gone through a situation where I came through a scare. And the good thing is that I knew that if something happened, the mortgage payment will be covered.
Great. Okay.
And the last one, just to close it out, is making sure you have something in place to pay off the mortgage payment. It's life insurance. You do have mortgage life insurance. I personally don't recommend it. Mortgage life insurance. I say if you're going to pay for mortgage life insurance, which the payment decreases the more you pay off the mortgage,
right,
just buy a standard little term policy.
Okay.
You get it's a little bit, it might be the same price, but the payment, the death benefits stay the same the entire life of the policy. Okay?
Nice.
So your family ends up still getting more money. So
Yeah.
it's really worth it. At a bare minimum, have a term policy for the length of the mortgage payment or the mortgage loan, and then from there also your short-term disability.
Wonderful. All right, Jose. Well, I'm going to put a picture of your card in the comments if anybody wants to reach out to you. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for meeting me out here. I'm going to turn it back.
All right, so I do want to share one little thing. If you are young, like you are under 30 and you think you don't need this, I really suggest you find some time to speak to an insurance agent, because as you get older, it gets more expensive. And I mean, so many of us think, man, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that. And there's not a time that's a bad time to start, but if you're young, it'd be amazing for you to start now. So start investing in yourself and in your assets. I mean, that's a huge, huge deal. And as a real estate agent, my job would be to help you look for a really good program, to be able to work with a really good agent who will be there when you have your first baby, same as when somebody dies and you need help. So that's our goal for you. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much again, Jose Luis. And we will talk to you next week. Bye.